the Ford show at Santa Pod.
This is the MH Club
Cosy YB,
Turbo Kit,
RS 1800
Beast, 500 horsepower,
Paris Crossflow,
Mk1
LS V8, dripping in carbon. Been invited to stand on the track whilst the jet car launches. It is ridiculously early on a Sunday morning and I'm out in my favourite car, the ST170 powered Mk1 Escort, which can only mean one thing: we are going to a car show. The show in question is the Ford show at Santa Pod, and I'm having my own club stand there again. I think this is the 4th year in a row that we've had our own club stand, so really looking forward to hanging out with a bunch of followers of this channel. And this club stand is set to be the biggest yet. There were 49 cars on the list to be on today's club stand. Now, a few have already dropped out. There might be a few that don't make it for other reasons today, but either way, I'm very much looking forward to today. It's going to be an awesome day. Now, we are actually late for a rendezvous at South Mims Services, so I hope everyone's still there by the time we get there. Welcome to South Mims Services. Welcome to Santa Pod Raceway. All right, we have made it to Santa Pod without any serious issues. Definitely got a bit of a crunchy clutch, but I know that's an issue that I need to deal with anyway. And I think I've got an issue with my coolant temperature sensor, because every now and again when I'd go to boot it, yeah, you could feel that it was down on power, and I noticed that at that point the coolant gauge was at 0, and then yeah, I kept an eye on it after I'd noticed it the first time, and yeah, sometimes when I go to boot it, the coolant gauge is going like this, and I think it's more the sensor maybe on its way out rather than the wiring, because we did pull over and I got Cat to have a look at the gauge whilst I was wiggling the wiring, and it didn't do anything. So yeah, it's potentially the sensor on its way out, but you know, it's still working for the most part, so happy days. The problem is when the ECU sees that the coolant's really cold, then it chucks a load of extra fuel in, like a ridiculous amount, because the ECU thinks that it's like minus 40 degrees outside, so that's why it's down on power at those moments. Anyway, we won't worry about that. We will get ourselves into the show, and we are very late, so I'm expecting loads of the people on my club stand to already be there. In fact, I've already had a phone call from my good friend Lee Booth, who is having a go at me for being late, but yeah, I'm fashionably late as usual. All right, so the show is in full swing, and yeah, really good turnout. Loads of cars on my club stand. It's clearly the biggest MH club stand ever, as we expected it was going to be. Kat had a bit of a count earlier, and it looks like there's 42 cars on the stand out of the 49 that were supposed to be here. As usual, been spending loads of time chatting to people, which I love doing at these events, but I do want to get a little clip of each of the cars that are on my club stand. Some of them have been going out to run down the strip, so yeah, I hope I manage to get a clip of everyone. Apologies in advance for any that I do miss, but yeah,
This is the MH Club stand.
It's always cool to see Ian's RS2000 at a show, which is now fitted with a COSI YB. Who needs aircon when you've got a Webesto sunroof through which we can see the mint interior? I'm loving the Louvre and that plate. This has got to be one of the best RSs on the scene. Next up, we've got Alex's Mark III Escort, which definitely needs a new bonnet. Great to see an MH decal in the window. Alex actually isn't here today. The car's on loan to David. This 5-door Mark III Escort belongs to another Marcus and has been done up to look like an RS1600i. In the engine bay is a 2-litre Zetec with a turbocharger hanging off the side of it. Maybe Ford should have done 5-door RS1600i's. Let me know what you reckon in the comments. This Orion belongs to Ivor, and he's planning to turn it into a bit of a track weapon. So far it's been treated to some lows and some rims, but still has its CVH fitted for now. This modern Fiesta ST looks fresh, and I'm loving the colour coded bits under the bonnet. And this Fiesta ST belongs to Jacob. He had his first runs down the quarter-mile today and is loving it. Check out the magenta Mark IV Fiesta, sitting on some really cool aftermarket rims. I'm loving the miniature replica on the dash, and it's awesome to see an MH decal in the window. This Fez belongs to my good friend Jamie, and I've been itching to see it with its new upgrades. The crossflow in the bay has been treated to some seriously rare and cool parts. It's now turbocharged, which has been done with an old school Pace bolt-on turbo kit. This is definitely one of the best Fezes on the scene, and I'm loving the colour-coded 4-spoke rims. I'm a massive fan of Paul's Terracotta Mark II Escort with its ST170 lump on side drafts. It was recently featured in Retro Ford magazine, such a clean example. This Mark II barely made it to this show. It was actually in the paint shop literally a couple of days ago. Loving the sibbies on the front, and just check out that really tidy crossflow setup. I love the Harrier look, and it looks like they've done an awesome job applying the decals the other day. Next up, another white Mark II Escort, but this one's been done as an RS1800 replica. I'm loving the super tidy engine bay with the ST170 on throttle bodies, and check out the cockpit. Fully caged, but with the iconic fishnet Recaros and the 3-spoke RS steering wheel. Stunning RS1800 rep. Next along, another mint Mordor Mark II Escort, still rocking all its chrome trim with a Larry Crossflow lump in the bay running on big side draft carbs. Not sure which car those seats are from, but they certainly look comfortable and suit the Escort interior. I'm loving the banded steel wheels and those smoked rear light lenses. It's no secret that I love a beige Mark II Escort, and this one is absolutely mint. I also love a Pinto lump, and this one's got all the right bits bolted onto it. You can't go wrong with a set of mini light rims, and the brown vinyl roof looks pucker. Check out the really cool Mark II Cortina, which is an absolute beast with that voxel lump. Brian's Mark II is looking better than ever thanks to a bit of paintwork, and I heard a rumour that the Pinto lump might be getting treated to some side draft carbs soon. I love the original blue interior, such a cool cockpit. The mini light rims are a nice touch, as is the blue MH decal. This is Shauna's recently acquired Fiesta, which has already had the calipers painted pink. And here's my old banger, which looks okay if you're standing back far enough. My good friend Lee Booth's bright orange bubble arched Mark I is an absolute beast, thanks to that COSI YB setup. Hopefully we'll get to race later on. I'm loving this bright yellow Mark I Fiesta, sitting on the really cool banded steel wheels. Looks to be standard mechanically, such a clean example. My beautiful girlfriend Kat's Mark IV Focus is in good company next to this ST version, and next along we've got this awesome Capri sitting on the really cool gold image wheels. I'm loving the styling on this Capri, especially that really cool black spoiler, and next along we've got a very familiar XR2 sitting on Zender rims. This thing's turbocharged, and I just love how neatly they've done the side exit exhaust. This is not just your average super sport sitting on 5-spoke Revolution rims, because this thing's been fitted with a rather tasty 2-litre Zetec setup, which is turbocharged and features an EFI RS turbo inlet. I'm loving the really racy cockpit, and the paintwork on this thing is immaculate. You could be forgiven for thinking this is just a normal Focus estate until you start looking closer, because this thing's got an ST170 lump with a turbo hanging off the side of it, a screamer pipe that pokes out of the bonnet, and 500 horsepower on tap. Check out the mint Mark 6 Escort RS2000 4x4 with flat Eric in the back seat. This is such a clean example of a rare RS. This Fiesta might have started life as an ST150, but has now been treated to an ST170 lump with a turbo hanging off of it. This Fiesta is Nick's creation, and I love how he's built it his own way. If you've ever wondered how many speakers you can fit in a Fez, well actually quite a lot. Here's another Mark 1 Focus and another Mark 4 Focus, and next up Vince's Mark 3 Cortina with its Harris crossflow lump. This thing looks absolutely mint from every angle, and it's rocking a sticker. And continuing the yellow theme, we've got Dan's Mordor Mark 2 with its Z-Tech lump. I'm loving the comfortable looking bucket seats, and I'm loving the colour coded dash. All the chrome has been deleted, and just check out the black mini light rims. This has to be one of the very best Mark 1 Escort vans on the scene, and the Z-Tech lump in the bay has got BDA covers and big side draft carbs. Next up, we've got a modern RS Focus parked next to a very familiar Mark 1 Escort. This is Ricky's ST170 beast that he likes to call Yogi. Lawrence has brought his Mark 3 Fiesta RS Turbo out to this show, which is still running its turboed CVH, dripping in green goodies. I'm loving the neatly installed intercooler. This is such a nice example. This is Kian's Mark 3 Fiesta, sitting on 15-inch Escort GTI rims, and this thing's been treated to a Z-Tech swap. What an awesome Mark 3. Onto the Jap corner, we've got this Mark 1 sitting on 15-inch RS rims, which has a Nissan SR20 DET lump in the bay. From a Silvia, I guess. It's deckled up as a Mexico with a Cosworth sticker on the boot lid. And then we have another Jap-powered Mark 1, but this one's got an NA Honda VTEC engine, which I'm sure pushes the Escort along nicely. This Mark 2 Escort is mint throughout and has a crossflow lump running on side draft Webers. The personalised plate is very fitting, with this being a 1300 Sport. And next up, an absolute beast of an Anglia with an ST170 turbo lump. Check out the Kirky bucket seats in the stripped out and caged cockpit, and check out the mini light rims tucked under the Mark 1 Escort bubble arches. I love how this Fiesta looks, sitting on the Escort Cosworth rims, and I love the smoothed rocker cover on the silver top Z-Tech, which has been turbocharged. Ben Burrows is here today with his Cortina, which has got a Cosy YB lump in it, and he's already been racing his dad Paul in his Mark III with a Pinto turbo. This rude matte black Capri is also running a Pinto turbo lump. I love the checkered pattern on the interior, and I'm a big fan of the pepper pot rims. This beige Mark 2 Escort RS2000 is absolutely pristine, and check out this really cool P100 next to this really cool 2.8 Capri. This orange Mark II belongs to a guy called Craig, who is a bit of a loon, but I suppose that's what happens when you've got an ST170 lump with a turbo hanging off of it. I love how this thing from the outside just looks like a 1600 Sport on mini lights. This is Charlie Pockney's beautiful Mark II. It has a proper Larry crossflow in the bay and just looks pristine from every angle.
Alright, now at some point today I will be running Esther down the quarter mile, that's the plan. I've already got my complimentary track ticket, but yeah, right now we're going to try and have a look around the rest of the show, and I'll show you anything that really stands out to me.
This Mark 1 belongs to Phil, and fun fact, I actually sold him the door glass for this. And what an absolute weapon it is, with the huge LS V8 lump in the bay. The seats look surprisingly comfortable for such a monster of a car. And I noticed the rear wing is a Ladmu item from the guys over in Malta. It's fair to say that this Mark 1 Fiesta is looking a bit unfinished on the exterior panels, but beneath the surface it's looking pristine underneath. In the engine bay is a Z-Tech lump running on motorbike carbs. The interior is comfortable and purposeful and smells nice, and I'm loving the roof rack. Check out this pickup, which is based on the Mark 4 Escort, called a Bantam. I don't think these were available in the UK, I think they were only available in South Africa. This RS1600i still has its CVH lump, but it's been turbocharged. I love the soft line rims and the stripped cockpit. I bet this thing's a whole load of fun. I'm loving this Series 2 RS Turbo Escort, sitting on the Compomotive rims. The CVH lump has been replaced with this silver top Z-Tech with a huge turbo. This thing is dripping in carbon from the morettes to the bonnet, roof, tailgate. I'm loving all the red touches in the stripped out racy cockpit. Awesome Series 2. Chris Todd is here testing for the first time since his recent accident. This crazy Fiesta runs in the 8s down the quarter mile. What a beast. In the boot is a Subaru Impreza lump, making about 850 horsepower, and Chris is a tuning wizard and regularly tunes a wide variety of cars. Follow CG Tuning on Facebook and contact him through that page if you need your car tuned. Check out this crazy Fiesta drag racing car with its pointy front end. In the engine bay we have a Saab turbo lump with an exhaust sent straight out the bonnet. And here's yet another crazy Fiesta drag racing car. This one's got a silver top Z-Tech in the bay, which of course is turbocharged.
Alright, so it's time to run this thing down the strip, but not yet. We're going to queue it up and then we're going to go and check out the jet car from the start line. We've been invited to stand on the track whilst the jet car launches. So we're going to park this up in the queue, or somewhat in the queue, and then after the jet car has run, I'll jump back in this and we'll see what she can do down the quarter mile today. I'm not expecting to beat any records today. I've got the same tyres on from last year and they've seen a few sends since then, and it is boiling hot. So oh, and if that little issue with the coolant sensor rears its ugly head again, then I certainly won't be beating any records, but we'll see. First, jet car. All right, well that was absolutely crazy. My ears are already shot just from how I've abused them over the years, but yeah, I think I've definitely made them worse. But what an experience to watch the jet car from the start line at Santa Pod. Amazing. Anyway, right now it's time to see what we can do down the quarter mile in this thing, and it might be 2 years in a row that we're going to kill a Cozzy, because my good friend Lee Booth is lined up next to me in his Cozzy powered Mk1 Escort.
Live on TikTok, so
oh really? Wicked.
Marcus Haynes here as well. He's up the strip. He was just out there with the jet car. How was it out in the middle?
Yeah, that was crazy. But
I'll see you out there.
Yeah, I've made myself even more deaf.
Yeah. We saw you last at East Sussex. Was it East Sussex you were at?
The Classic Ford show?
Yeah, the Classic Ford
show.
Yeah. That's where I
Yeah.
last saw you down there.
Yeah, cool.
Look at the car. Looking lovely as always.
Cool. Thank you, mate.
Appreciate
Have
it.
a good day. Cheers.
Appreciate you calling Marcus.
All right, change of plan because of the way we were lined up. I didn't get to race Lee, so I'm racing Ben in his Cozzy powered Cortina, who I was able to beat last year. But yeah, we'll see if I can do it again. I very much doubt it.
traders are still here, of course.
13.6. Oh, 13.3.
Alright, so apparently I just did a 13.6, which is only 0.1 of a second slower than my best ever time, and I really felt like I bogged a lot. So that's made me think that I might actually be able to beat my personal best today. This is the problem with drag racing, it's so addictive. Alright, this time I will be racing my good friend Lee, but he ran a 13.2 earlier, so he's trying to get in the 12s. So he's having a good day. I seem to be having a good day considering I've done a good time and I bogged. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It'd be cool to get a video of us both on track for once anyway. 2 years ago we tried to race against each other. I was in Maud, he was in his Mark II, and because my speedo cable was hanging down, they basically pushed me back. So we didn't get to race then. We didn't race last year, so yeah, it's cool to get me and Lee lined up next to each other finally. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I won't be killing any cozzies today. Definitely got a bit of an engine rattle, but we know this engine's nearly dead anyway, so.
Thirteen 14.8.
That's it.
It went into 5th instead of 3rd, but I'm not sure if that is actually the case. No excuses, I lost fair and square, absolutely failed. Alright, so Lee's saying this is his last run, and I think it would be sensible for me to make this my last run as well. My voice is going, which is annoying.
Two, 14.6.
But then when I do it on the lane back down, it's fine.
What's that?
Like no test going into 3rd.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah, it just crunched. It's like. I wonder if it's a clutch on the way out and it's just like too hot.
And
Could be like
then by the time I come down and test it again, it's cooled again.
Right, well, that's it. I'm tempted to take it down for another run, but eventually I'll end up breaking it. It's funny, it crunches into third, and then when I finish the run and come back down the lane, I redline it in second, and it goes into third absolutely fine. So I don't know whether it's like a clutch issue, maybe the heat, which is causing it to crunch in third on the run and then not afterwards. I don't know, but yeah, I don't want to break it. I'm happy that it's going to get me home, fingers crossed. But yeah, what a beast this thing is. 13.2 consistently. No cozzy killing for me today.
Not today, mate. Not today.
But yeah, there's definitely a 12 in this, I reckon, if you try hard enough.
Yeah, 13.2 today. So
Consistently as well.
yeah, try my best. A lot of wheel spin.
Yeah. Quality.
Amateur, innit?
You had fun though, that's the main thing, innit?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll get a 12 next time.
Still got cakes left.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you, Kat.
No worries.
All right, time to get out of here. Got to send a huge shout out to Ben's dad with the orange Cortina, who's just blown his head gasket. But he does have a cozzy YB lump at home waiting to go in. So yeah, that'll be back up and running. Yeah, and even more of a beast than it is now very soon. But yeah, as usual at these shows, I definitely feel like I haven't done the video or done the show justice with this video because I've just been so busy chatting to people. But yeah, for me, that's what these shows are all about, you know, being available for people to chat to me, people to watch the videos. I've had so many people coming up to me with positive words about my videos, and it is all very much appreciated. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the positivity, and it's that kind of thing that keeps me going because financially and time-wise and everything else, my life just doesn't make sense. But when I consider the amount of positivity that I get from people to watch my videos, then it very much does make sense. But yeah, awesome day, all things considered. Bit of a shame about what we did on the drag strip today, but it's still good fun. Awesome to line up with my good friend Lee for the first time. Congratulations to him on his personal best. I do reckon he can find a 12 in that car somewhere. But yeah, huge thanks to the Santa Pod team as well for allowing us to be a bit more part of the show, letting us watch the jet car from the start line. Yeah, just a massive thanks to everyone that I've come across today and communicated with. But I am going to end this video right now because I need to get a drink and then I need to focus on just cruising home. But yeah, I'll be back for another video soon. Probably me working on my other Escort, Heidi, the beige Mordor Mark II. So yeah, until then, massive thanks to everyone who's watched this video. Do give the video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check the links in the description to follow me and support me elsewhere on the internet. I'll leave my email address down there for anyone who wants to contact me. Huge thanks as always to my patrons for your ongoing support. But other than that, until next time, thanks for watching.